You're on the podcast right now, the Sauce DJ Bobby podcast. You guys are tuning in. We got Gio right here. We got me, DJ Bobby. We got a special guest right here. Just want to introduce him. This man is a really close friend of mine. I've been wanting him on the podcast for a while. He is a two-time world champion drummer.
Wow.
He is from the Blue Devils and from RCC. He's been all around USA and all over the world.
Sick.
Two-time world champion, and I can't wait to have him on.
Dude.
This is Sean Parra right here.
Sean.
Thank you guys.
Nice
Sean
to meet you.
Parra. This is the guy.
Thank you guys for having me.
Here on the podcast, we talk about current topics, sports. We talk about everything. Shooting the shit.
Shooting the
That's
shit.
what we're about to do right now.
DJ Bobby, Saucy Capone, and Sean.
That's right.
Sean Parra. Drummer's finest.
That's right. Hey, we can't wait to have him out. I just want to bring it to you now. How's your day been so far?
Dude, my day, bro, it's been wild. Yeah.
Is this on or no?
Yo, it's on.
What?
Everything's on. Everything's on.
Everything's
Yeah.
on.
Wow, everything's on. We're live right now?
We're live.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know.
Yeah. I know.
You're
Hey,
good.
here on the podcast, we don't even know what's going on.
Shit. That's dope. I like that.
Yeah, that was tight. Yeah, man.
How's
Today's
your
been
day,
a dope day. Actually, I filmed some videos. I'm trying to post some reels on like Instagram and stuff. Actually, we got a video. I spent like most of the day filming this. I actually got someone like a Tesla driver to let me test drive their Tesla.
No way.
Dude, it took so long though, but it was dope. The guy was like super nice, and it was really dope. He like let us drive it without him in the car, which I was tripping about. I was like, dude, you're tripping. Like we gave him I gave him my keys and stuff, but he was like, no, drive it. I was like, all right. So like we whipped it around. So
Sick. Where was that at?
it was in Fullerton.
Really?
Yeah, it was in Fullerton.
So is that where you work at or?
No. I was just there in the area. We kept driving to different Tesla charging stations. Because
Oh.
people kept saying no.
Saying no to what?
Saying no, like, hey, like, can I test drive your Tesla? And they're like,
Oh, you went up to people to say, hey, can I test drive?
Yeah, like they're.
He's pretty bold.
Dude, that's sick. You
Dude.
just did that randomly?
Yeah, like I have a list of ideas, and
Yeah.
those ideas I want to like film them, and that was one of the ideas. Like,
Dude,
what
that's
happened.
sick. And then some people let you do it, but then some people said no.
Just one guy, the last guy. So we spent like 6 hours like filming everything. It took a long time. We kept driving to different cities trying to find someone, and
Wow.
it was tough, man. It was tough.
And you found one guy in Fullerton.
One guy.
What color was the Tesla?
It was white.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
White
pretty
cocoa.
dope.
Cocoa.
It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope.
Dude, that's
Hey
awesome,
guys,
bro.
stay tuned. We're gonna post all of his links in the description below.
Dude.
Check out his stuff, man. That video's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Like-
What about
like-
you guys? What do you guys do today?
Hey, my day was pretty good. You know, like I'm still going to school, so I did my thing. I was just grinding, and I've been editing a bunch of videos. I got one coming out tomorrow. Stay tuned, you guys. It's gonna be a really good
Dude,
one.
and don't you got something going on in Pomona?
I do. I'm actually playing in 3 weeks. I'm so honored to be playing part of the Space Taco fam, and it's gonna be truly amazing. I can't wait to see you guys there. It's true. Hey, appreciate that.
Downtown Pomona.
Downtown Pomona, man.
DJ Bobby.
Yes,
It's
sir.
unreal. It's unreal the amount of things that have happened this year, and it's barely started. So I cannot believe it.
Yeah, it was dope. I
cannot
remember
believe it.
we went to the like meetup. There was like a ton of people, and like it's crazy. Like out of those people, like you're one of the 4 that was chosen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like literally. So that's a big
Damn.
props.
Before,
That's dope.
so man, it was truly amazing.
Yeah.
Sick.
Truly amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What about you? How'd your day go?
Today?
Yeah.
Amazing. My day off, you know? When is your day off? You feel amazing. You have a couple choices that go on, you know? You're like, do I sleep in?
Yeah.
Do I get shit done? Or do I sleep in and be a bum? It's
Yeah.
like, you know,
That's true.
and there's
That's
nothing
true.
wrong
Hey,
with that. There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
wrong.
You have the option.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
You need that mental day, right?
Yeah.
But I was gonna be lazy, smoke a bunch of weed, you know, the King Palms, and just sit here and watch Netflix and chill by myself. But I didn't do that. I ended up saying I gotta get shit done. So
There we go.
you know, I ended up doing my laundry.
That's good. Hey,
Even though
there you go.
I hate doing it, but I did it. I folded. Not only did I fold it and did my laundry, but I cleaned up all my closet too.
Okay.
And I organized everything. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's
So
a productive ass
It was
day for you.
productive, right?
That was a
Got it
productive ass
done.
day.
Got it done. After it was all done, then I took my ass to the gym.
Yeah.
Took my ass to the
What'd you
gym.
hit?
I hit a chest day.
Oh.
Chest day was great.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it was at the Crunch.
So
You
is a lot
know,
of people.
not here to bam out any other company, but Crunch is, you know, if you guys know Crunch, it's kind of whack, but it's close by the house right here in downtown Long Beach. And then after I got my chest day, I got invited to get some lunch. You know, they said I can have whatever I want. I was like, really? I can have whatever I want. A friend of mine.
Okay.
And then I was just like, you know what? I don't want to rush it.
Right.
You know, I got my kids' t-ball practice. Last week I was late.
Okay.
Practice starts at 5. Guess what time I arrived?
7.
5:30. Guess what time practice is over? Guess what time practice is over? It's t-ball, not major leagues, right? So
6.
Yeah. So we only had like 25. So I was like, dude, I gotta be on time. This is my son.
Yeah.
He's 4.5. I can't let him down. And you guys gotta understand, you know, being a dad's not easy, you know. And I live in downtown Long Beach, right, close to Belmont Shore. So I had to drive all the way to Cudahy, if you guys know where that is.
That's pretty far.
During traffic on a Thursday. I didn't know Thursday's that bad. So I left at 3:15. Got there by 4. He hopped in the ride by 4:10 p.m. We're hopping back on the freeway back to Lakewood now. So you guys can imagine. And I got a Mustang, you know? But I got there on time, and that's what and I wasn't stressing about it.
Yeah.
No, that's
We were there 10 minutes early, and my son got to experience his whole T-ball practice, which was amazing. And then I brought him back here. We hung out, and then he left, and then you guys arrived.
Hey,
so now
hey,
we're here. Now we're here.
perfect
Now we're
time.
here.
That's a great feeling, like doing stuff the right way and not stressing on time and that's truly
That's being a happy dad.
that's being a real happy dad.
That's being a happy
There we
dad.
go.
There we go.
Shout
Shout out to the happy dads out there in the Happy Dad Drink Company. Let's go.
Here we go.
Yeah, so tell me, Sean, you got a few projects you're working on. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I'm starting trying to post more content, you know. I think it's tough. Like, it's been tough to like try making stuff, but I think now I found like a flow. I think I have ideas that are just ready to be filmed instead of like no idea, you know. So that's been good. But yeah, like some videos just take long, right? Like today, I spent most of the day doing one video. And it's crazy because it's just gonna end up being like 30 seconds, which is wild. Cause like we don't notice like on like Instagram and stuff, like the clips are like super fast.
Yeah, they're quick.
They're super quick. They're super
Attention
quick.
span is so
100%.
That's what Gary Vee says to do. Gary Vee says to have multiple clips.
Yeah,
a
bunch of them.
The one you sent me?
Well, everything. Yeah, and make them short and sweet.
yeah. So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to go do more vertical, like Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok stuff. But I'm also trying to do like some other stuff on the side with editing and with video production. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think I've been like slowly working at it, you know, one day at a time.
Yeah.
I think I can see what it can become, and I'm excited.
Let me tell you something too,
Sure.
and I love you're hitting on all cylinders.
Okay.
But since you're new to the house
Yes.
here, and if you've seen episode 1 or episode 2, we don't say the T word here.
No trying.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
'Cause you know why? Because Sean's just doing it, guys. He's just doing it like Nike.
There you go.
Yeah, so Sean, I first time meeting this guy, and I can already see that I'm inspired.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's
Dude,
awesome, man. Keep
appreciate
up
it. Yeah.
the good work. You too. Keep up the good work too.
That's a big
DJ
point.
Bobby and Sean Parra in the house.
No, I appreciate
love
that.
it.
We're
I love
both
it.
doing our thing, you know, and like that brings me to a point, you know, like we're all pushing, we're all doing our thing, but when it comes down to having your mental health is truly what holds you together, is what your foundation. You know, that's something that I really wanted to talk about today. Mental health and taking care of yourself, taking the right precautions to make yourself feel the right way, because if you don't feel the right way, you're not performing the way you want to. It's not works. Like it won't work. Like no matter how hard you try, if you're feeling like shit inside, it's just not gonna work out. And you know, like me, I'm on a lot of personal things. I've definitely felt that. I don't really say this to a lot of people, but I started my school at UCI straight out of high school. But it was a lot of freedom for me. I was living out in Irvine, and I was
the Irvine Anteaters.
Irvine.
Yeah, my sister went there.
Irvine 8 years. I was there for about 3 years, and I lived in the dorms. And I lived in apartments.
I seen those. You guys had the best food.
Man.
Yeah, I've seen your buffet.
It's amazing.
I moved my sister in, and that buffet was amazing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, no, you're good. Hey, he's not lying.
I love to eat, guys.
It's bomb. Shout out to the Anteaters. Shout out to the Anteaters right there.
Yeah.
I like, no matter what happened, like, I have so much respect for all the guys that I went to school with, and shout out to everyone.
So
that I
was
met.
it beef or what?
You know, as I was just partying too much, and I got kicked out of the school.
Really?
I got kicked out. I got academically disqualified.
Fucked up, yeah.
Yeah, I really did.
You should recognize it.
it was really hard to overcome. It took me a long time. Like it took me a lot of years to really cope with that.
What age were you when you got into school?
I got into school right when I was 18.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
young, bro.
yeah, right when I was 18, and then right like a little after I turned, or right before I turned 21, actually, I got kicked out, and it was heartbreaking. I was like being very secretive to my parents. I didn't even tell them
You
at
didn't
the
want
time.
to tell them,
I didn't tell them at the time, and I felt ashamed, so ashamed. But you know, like it comes down to like one thing that I want to like really like tell you guys and tell all you guys that are listening is be real with the people around you, and be real with yourself too, because lies catch up to you. It catches
definitely.
up.
Karma.
It catches up.
Big believer in that.
Like even if you can hold it for a long time, it's gonna catch up eventually.
Oh, eventually.
So,
You're right,
you
bro.
know, it's but I'm happy to say that I'm still pushing it. I'm still getting that degree. I'm so close.
Really?
I know, and I feel confident where I am right now.
That's good. You can tell.
Before the way I wasn't confident in myself, and that's a big component in that, and you know, I just really wanted to share that with you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just something.
And
that
also, like,
I mean,
knowing you, too, I feel like I've seen where you were then and then where you're at now. And it's awesome. You know, I feel like you've definitely started to turn around, you know, very recently, too. And I don't know if people tell you, but, like, proud of you, bro. For real.
Appreciate that.
For real.
That's awesome.
For real.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that, you guys.
For real.
Yeah. No, man, I know you have some things you'd like to talk about. This.
Yeah. I guess, like, on the mental health stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess, we could, I guess, like, when I did this, like, drumming thing, world champion and stuff.
Wow, yeah, explain
And I
about
feel
that.
like-
The world
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was dope. It was like, it's honestly like a frat, but like you're in marching band. It's crazy.
Yeah. Tell
it's
us
pretty long.
you're part of Blue Devils. You're part of RCC.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's dope. So
What's
like
Blue Devils?
Blue Devils is like a pageantry organization. It's like literally like marching band. Like think about marching band, but just really big and at the highest level competitively. And so Blue Devils BD is like the top ranked organization. And we do like a 3-month tour. We move in, we win the show, and then we perform and compete all throughout the U.S. And then just make our way through like California first, go across the states in like a tour bus, literally.
Wow.
It's pretty dope. Yeah. So we're just like going to gym, sleeping, setting up for rehearsal, doing that. It's like crazy. It's
Right.
insane.
Right.
And then
Wow.
yeah. So that was over the summer, and then I did a winter thing that's like the same. They're like partners. There's like an indoor drumline thing where it's like inside a gym. There's a whole percussion ensemble, just percussion. Did that, and that was also like the top, you know.
Wow, we got to get a drumming session in here.
I'm down. I'll teach you something.
Maybe.
On the
Red Hot Chili Peppers
on the
right
next
here.
podcast,
Tommy Lee.
he's drumming right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
that's
gotta do
the
that.
background music right there.
Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was awesome. And obviously, there's a thing called aging out. Aging out, what it essentially means is like it's your last year. So you only do it till you're 21. After you're 21, you can't do it again because it's a youth program, which is awesome. I think it should be a youth program. I think if people kept marching, you wouldn't get people like new, you know?
Yeah.
So I love that it's it caps at a certain age. But what I was telling him, we were talking about this. It was like kind of one of the first times I had spoken about it. I didn't realize
man,
how crazy it was. But like being at the top of anything, and then immediately like being at the top of an organization when you have an infrastructure and you have it set up for you in a way. Like yes, everyone's talented, but really it's like the way the organization has been set up to succeed that I feel like plays one of the biggest roles in your success. Like yeah, you can be talented, but like you're set up for success no matter what.
For sure.
And it was crazy. Like I feel like after, because COVID actually sniped their season, and I was supposed to march another season. COVID happened, and it just like killed my last season.
Is that where the mental comes into play?
Yeah. I feel like I didn't realize it until we like spoke about it, but recently just trying to find like my direction, you know, and I feel like it's crazy because like internally I'm like I'm the best, right? Like you just when you're in those groups you're told you're the best, you are the best, you know, you're executing at a super high level, and then outside of that it's like you don't have the infrastructure set up to succeed yet. Like you have to kind of like in a way like figure out alone. And I didn't realize like how that was like affecting me, because I would have like I would tell myself, well, I'm the best, but it's like in a way, like I still have to like set up my own infrastructure and build my like thing. And yeah, it's just crazy. Like I feel.
Yeah, you felt really depressed.
I feel
for a
like
while.
I wanna see like I'm pretty sure people in the activity feel the same way, but I bet like some athletes feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? When they like done with the season, when they retire,
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet, and that's probably why players return like after.
Yeah,
they
like
retire.
Tom Brady.
Like Tom Brady, because he just like loves it so much, and that's like his thing. You know?
Yeah,
Right there. Tom Brady
That's
getting
there you
those,
go.
that's true.
getting those Super Bowl trophies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, obviously just trying to figure out. I love film. That's like something I've always been like super into, or just editing and filming
Bro.
stuff.
I don't mean to cut you
No,
off,
you're good.
but
You're
film, top of all these things.
Sure.
Look at the camera real quick. Doesn't he look like the guy from Fast and the Furious? He could be his son.
I'm his son.
The one dude,
Which guy?
the Hispanic guy, the bald guy, the gangster.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm talking
I do
about?
know.
I don't know his name, bro.
I'm
You gotta
not
shout
familiar
him
with-
out.
I'm not familiar.
He's
with-
from Fast
with
and the
my
Furious.
time
You look like you could be his son.
We'll put a clip of his face in
You
there.
should. You
Right.
should because
Hey.
you look just like him.
clip right here.
There
You
you
know
go.
what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Shaved head, bald.
Is he? Is
Same mustache.
Hey, that's hilarious that you say
And they
that though,
just-
because he got that haircut just like a week ago.
No
and
way.
everybody's been digging it. Everybody's
Bro,
been digging it.
you
like,
look like him. You look like honestly, you look like he could be the celebrities like that's your dad. No, seriously, like you look just Fast and Furious number 9, number 10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I
I
think-
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Which one is it?
Shit, they're already at 8, right?
They're at 8 to 9.
Yeah, he's in it.
That's fine.
Fuck it,
I'm in
he's
it.
in it.
Cast
There
me.
you go.
Hey,
He's
cast me.
There it
Right,
is.
right.
Cast him. He's ready.
Hell,
I love it. I
That's
love
crazy.
it.
Hey, but Gio, let's turn it to you, man. Like I know like mental health's a real big topic
Mental
about,
health. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, right?
Mhm.
So, this is something like that. What I'm gonna tell y'all, I haven't told anybody. You know what I mean? And it feels good to like let it out
Wow.
because of mental health. So it lets me like be me and I
Yeah.
can live,
Yeah,
on
you
a
know,
day to
just
day.
putting it out.
It's like I could breathe.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I think it's been about like 8-9 months now, and I'm finally like, I'm like 90%, 95%, like I'm healed now.
Hmm.
So I'm healed, like almost there. Like we're talking about a 5% difference. Yes, I have my downfalls, and what it has to do is being a single dad. It's very hard.
Tough.
I don't know if you guys got children.
Got a kid.
You got a kid?
No, I'm
Oh,
missing.
I was like, that'd be really surprised
No,
me.
no, I don't.
But I got 2 of them.
Mm.
I got a 3-year-old and a 4.5-year-old.
Okay.
You know,
Babies.
and during the pandemic and everything was going on, I wasn't used to being at home all the time. I worked 6 days a week, so things were going kind of sideways being at
Yeah.
home all the time.
I get that.
And I'm not married at the time. I'm just in a pretty serious relationship
Gotcha.
with the kid's mom for 12 years. Make the long story short, I did a therapy, went to see the couple therapists. I did everything, bro. I did everything. Did everything what I needed to do to keep the family together.
Mhm.
Keep in mind, I'm providing roof over the head, I'm doing all that I can. You know what I mean? And when come to find out, when it hit me was the missus at the time. She ended up just saying deuces, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was a perfect gentleman. I want to be the perfect. We all want to be the perfect gentleman at all times. But I was an a-hole sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I was a dick. I admit to that. But
It's good for you to admit that.
it was very tough for me because she's moved out a bunch of times before.
Mm.
She's moved out of the Anaheim house. She's moved out of the Bonita house. She's moved out here from the Obispo house. And when I noticed her that she dipped out and she left, it didn't really sink in all the way. But when I knew that she left and she dipped,
Mm-hmm.
and she now lives with her mom, and they're over there in Cudahy, and I don't even see my kids anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first like couple months, I was coming home and to an empty home, and it was very hard for me because I remember I would always have my boys at the house, the lights on. Now maybe she wasn't the woman that would always make dinner. I wish she was the type that would always cook, but she ordered takeout, which got me really fat. You know what I mean? Like unfortunately, now
Gains, bro.
I'm
30 gains.
I'm doing better now though.
There you
But what I'm trying to say is that when she left, like it was really hard for me because I just remember after a couple months being away, I'm getting a haircut over here down the street. If you guys know where Pine is, downtown Long Beach,
Okay.
I'm getting a haircut, and the barber, who's like my friend / like coach, he's telling me while I'm sitting. When you're getting a haircut, you're there to be relaxed.
Oh.
You're there to be groomed, right? You're there to be fresh. And he's like, "Hey, did you see that post of Chrysanta?" And I'm like, what are you talking about? And that's her name, Chrysanta. And he goes, "Well, I seen her with another dude, and your kids were there." I said, "What? I don't know anything." Apparently, this whole time, this is like 8 months ago, that she was over here holding hands on Instagram, and she's at the beach, and my kids are around this random dude who I never even met.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, bro. You tell me right now, any woman, okay, you want to live your life? I know eventually you're going to go find someone brand new, right? But at least you're going to introduce, if this guy's that serious, you're going to introduce the dad. You're bringing my kids around. Like what?
Yeah, you feel like that's careless?
That's very careless, bro. I was pissed. I wanted to fuck his ass up. But I just turned 37 years old. Everyone was telling me, you're going to go to jail. You can't do that. That's not his fault. That's the girl's fault for not doing it. Anyways, flashback to now. I mean, before now. I mean, I'm coming home. I'm crying in bed. Like, no one knows anything. You know what I mean? I got to the point, talk about mental illness. I didn't even want to be around anymore.
Yeah.
And people that are watching this right now wouldn't expect that from me because I work in a people business. I have to make people feel good because I work at the gym. And here I am battling my own battles, and I wanted to commit suicide. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I wanted to commit suicide. And you know why that happened? And I'm not trying to blame my dad, but I've seen my dad commit suicide almost, where he almost hung himself. You know how dads like watching sports? They make their man cave in the garage.
Yeah.
They have the little TV. They have the little fridge. This guy drinks 40 beers a day. He has his tobacco, and he drinks beers at the same time while he's chewing tobacco. Yeah. And the rings like hanging around his neck, bro. And here I am, 17 years old, opening the garage because it's halfway open, and then you see your dad doing that. What would you do?
I would be shocked. I feel like wouldn't even know what to do. I feel like I would be stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what I did.
Yeah.
So now that I'm a grown-ass man and all these things are going on, what do you think I want to do?
Do the same thing.
With all these things that are happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I want my kids to leave?
No.
Do you think I want my kid's mom to leave me? Even though I was a dick at times, but she's not perfect.
Yeah, no way.
And then after 2 months later, she meets a brand new dude?
No way. You know what? That's nothing no one should experience either, you know? Like that's just not the right thing, and you know, I'm happy that you're still here too. You're battling.
Yeah.
You're battling it. You know. You took the initiative to take that battle and take charge rather than let it take charge of you. And that's, you know, I'm really sorry for everything that's happened, but I respect that you're trying right now. That you're really not that you're trying, but you're pushing for it. You're doing
hard,
it right
bro.
now.
It's hard.
You're doing it right now.
And you know, I could, you know, the first, like I said, first couple months was really bad, bro. I mean, I even almost got a DUI because of it, and almost got my ass to jail. I would have lost everything because I got in an accident while I was drunk right here by the crib.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being an idiot. You know, it's like I'm a grown ass man. I'm not a little boy anymore. I shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I had to take a step back and say, hey, this is what's really going on. She's never gonna introduce me to this guy.
Yeah.
And I just gotta live with it. But the one thing that's gonna keep me pushing, Sean and Bobby, is that I gotta be there for my kids.
Yes.
But even though that was going on, I always thought about myself like, hey, if I take my life away, my kids are gonna be okay. But like, I'm good. I'm gonna be at peace. And I wanted to do it, but I never did it. And it's just me being a stronger person and saying that, hey, here I am at work changing people's lives. Here I am battling my own thing that's going on. I just got to keep pushing. You feel me? Eventually, karma's a bitch,
Right.
and something's gonna go back to that person if they really did something wrong.
Right.
And guess what just happened?
What
It's
happened?
crazy. You ready for this?
Sure.
I get a DM in my Instagram 2 days ago for some random girl who looks just like my ex, but she looks fat. My ex looks skinny.
No.
This one looks like identical.
No.
I can show you on my phone.
Okay.
DMs like this big. I'm like, what the fuck is this? 2 days ago. Now I'm kidding. I'm better now, right? The messages have a picture of the kid's mom, with the dude called Benny the Jew. You can look him on Instagram at Benny_the Jew, who I can give a fuck care less about. But she's sending me all these DMs saying, hey, he's been cheating on you with me for the whole time. Before you left to New York, he's been with me. Apparently, the whole time, with the kid's mom even told me through text messages, how do you want to feel when they're sending you something like this? Hey, I'm moving in with this guy. We're going to get a house together. And I still don't even know the guy.
Yeah.
So she's going to move, my kid's mom's going to move in with this guy. This guy's got all this money, whatever, right?
Right.
And my Aunt Cindy's telling me eventually the money's going to run out. You know, because your girl's a gold digger. Let's keep it real. But whatever. Anyways.
Wow.
So check this out. Ready? So this dude has another wife with kids, but they've been broken up. So my kid's mom, the croissant, the mom.
Yeah.
So they're dating and they're living this whole Cinderella life. Come to find out, 2 days ago, I get DMs from his ex that he has kids with, saying that he's been fucking doing them both at the same time. And she's just sending me these messages saying that, oh, I've been with him. He doesn't know if he wants you or me. Saying stuff like, oh, I wanted to commit suicide myself. The lady saying that. And that's something to do with custody with the son. That the guy's kind of like, he's not really all there in the head. And every time he gets a new job, he gets into relationships with people at work. And he's just a fuck up.
Wow.
So I'm sending the messages to the kid's mom saying, I don't need your drama. I'm healing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't need any of this shit.
Yeah.
Keep your drama away from me.
And you know what? Like, I feel like if I was in your position, I would be thinking about my kids all the whole time too. Like what are my kids like being surrounded by? And
Exactly,
Can I ask you a
bro.
question?
Yeah.
When your kids were born, do you feel like instantly you had a connection?
Yes.
Obviously, right?
Yes.
Can you talk about like that experience? Because I feel like a lot of parents have stories about seeing their child actually born in front of them, and that's like a pretty insane experience for a human.
Insane. I mean, I can remember Enzo when he first came out. Like, the dude couldn't even breathe. He came out the wound. I saw it. It was gnarly. All these juices. It's different than what you see in the health videos. It's crazy. Like, but I had my shots. I took my vape. I did what I had to do. You know, but low key. Be careful when you do that at Kaiser or wherever hospital you're at. But when that happened, he came out and they said that he had poop inside him. Something like that. And he couldn't breathe. They had to take him to the incubator. If I said that right. The incubator. Yeah. And they had to put the tube in his mouth. I had pictures of that. And Enzo was like this big. Big boy. You know what I mean? Like 10 inches long. Huge boy. But he ended up making it. He's okay now. He's good. But the experience is, it makes you man up. It makes you think like, okay, now I have another life to take care of. It makes you feel like, I got to do more. Right. I got to do better to provide for this kid. And that's what hurts the most, is the fact that I'm not with the mom. I low key, I still got love for her.
Yeah.
Unconditionally.
I think you always have that love, even if it is like not the best relationship, you're always gonna have that love because at the end of the day, that is your children's mother, and like that's the thing reciprocated though. She has to respect that you're the father and allow you to have time. You know what I'm saying?
And she doesn't, bro.
Yeah,
she doesn't. With Enzo, I have time with him. Rocco, who's 3, he's a little autistic. He's not allowed to spend the night, bro. Really? They won't let him spend the night.
Do you know, like, specifically why? Have they told you anything? Or?
They said because he has special care and special needs. But he's not that autistic. Like, he's talking more. Yeah, he's a little bit. Aunt Cindy might say a couple things. Say that, that because she works with autism adults. She works with autism adults. Okay. But it's just fucked up, the fact that, if I had some extra money, I can go get a lawyer and I can get my own personal custody. Do you know that we made an agreement because I owe money to the IRS and it sucks, right? Mm-hmm. You got to pay those motherfuckers off. Yeah. Those guys are like the mafia right there. They're worse than the cops. They can fuck your life up, right? Anyways, they told me last year, she was there with me saying, you claim one kid, he claims one kid. I can get back on speed, right?
Yeah.
And that's the plan for this year. Dude, she ended up taking both of them again, claiming on their taxes.
Yeah.
And guess what that leaves me? In the dust.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got me by the balls, bro. Like, not like relationship-wise, nothing like that. I'm single, ready to mingle. I'm in a better place. But...
Hit him up, Lisa the script right now.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is like, that right there, bro, it got me to the point where coming home here, I was done, homie. Literally, I wanted to end my life. Think about it. If you go to the past other episodes that we talked about, I said to myself, I'm like a cat. I have 10 lives. I already went through 8 of them already. Who gives a fuck? Let's go.
That's true.
But you know what? I'm still fucking here. I'm still fighting.
Yes.
And I'm still putting my kid through things.
Yes.
And I'm trying to have him live the life that I lived. Even though my mom and dad weren't perfect. But they were there for me and they put me through everything that they needed to put me through for me to be successful and to be able to survive.
Right.
And that's why I'm putting my kid in T-ball. That's why I'm putting him in basketball. And I coach his basketball team.
Good.
You know,
Yeah,
like, all these things, bro. Like, you know, I want to be the happy dad.
You're giving yourself reasons to continue. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really good.
Yeah,
you know, your kids are continuing to
that's so true.
reason to continue.
Putting yourself in environments where you want to push and you want to be the dad you want to be. You know?
Yeah.
You know, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So that's my
truly,
battle, bro.
Truly an amazing story. Still, the story is still progressing for all of us. We're still pushing, and mental health is
it's real,
truly,
bro. Are you
truly
a religious man?
I was born and raised Catholic, but I've been to Christian churches and I've been to gospel churches too.
Do you feel like, do you pray at all? Like, do you ever like, you know what I'm saying? Reach out.
I pray at times. I mean, I'm not like that into it, but I've been told that, you know, that's something that I need to go ahead and like reconnect.
Something I need to work on too. I think prayer, what it does too, it's like you just get to speak out loud.
I see your cross on the back
Yeah,
of your ear.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, like I think reaching out, you know, to.
Yeah, you know what? I know that I've been talking to this guy very recently, and you've been talking about meditation. Like, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, like I think it's crazy. I think the social media age is so insane. And I know we're doing a podcast. I make content. You know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy, and I think, man, where do I even begin? It's a complicated thing, but I feel like social media is kind of like has been a toxic thing in our lives. Okay, Gio, how old are you?
I just turned 37.
Okay.
On February 7th.
Do you remember like when
MySpace?
your stuff like that started to pop up?
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
I want to hear like how old were you when that stuff started to happen? Like started to be produced.
I think MySpace. I think I was like in high school.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So you kind of like, do you have
MySpace
memories
gang.
of like memories before like that?
Before
stuff?
that, it was AOL.
You used to chat with like.
I used. I mean, we weren't really computer savvy, but we had, and if I got on, I would throw a smiley face here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. I think it's only been around for how long? How many years has it been? What do you think?
I don't know, what 10, 20 years? No, 20 years?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I think.
No, our generation. I'm 24. This guy's also 24.
Yeah.
You know, our whole lives. Well, to be honest, me personally, I didn't start getting into technology that sense until like middle school. Like elementary though. I remember I had a funny story, you guys. I had a flip phone.
The Razor.
Not the Razor.
No.
Not the Razor. I had a flip.
You weren't that smooth yet.
Not yet. Damn.
Sidekick.
Some kids were more swaggy.
Sidekick was fire.
Sidekick was
No,
fire.
Remember the white one? You remember the white one?
I remember the
The
white
Wayne Wade with the basketball grip?
That was pretty.
Oh
Hey,
my
look.
god.
Hey.
How do you remember that one?
I think I should have. I might have been in like elementary. I'm pretty sure. Cause I remember like my uncle used to have that.
So look, I had
There you
this
go.
I had this one flip phone that would flip like this, but then also flip like a keyboard too. All,
Hey, it was
all the chicks were on top of me.
You know which one was the one?
Uh.
The Blackberry. The chirp
Blackberry.
one. The chirp
Yeah,
one. Where you at? That was
That was
sick.
good.
We started making the little ones. Oh man, the black, the glossy with
Yeah.
the blue in the front.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was a good era.
Those good times,
Good
bro.
times right there. You know, like everything was really simple, and I feel like maybe life was more simple too.
I think what the reason I was touching on social media and like meditation and how those kind of connect is I feel like we don't, and I'm working on it too. Like I look at my screen time, I'm like, whoa, like hold up, this is wild, you know. and you have those days too where you're just like literally cannot get yourself to take action on anything, and it's like the toughest thing ever. And I think a lot of it has to do with just like your phone and how consumed you are with it, because I feel like the times I have been able to just sit in silence, what I've like realized too is like you have a voice that wants to speak, but you don't allow it to speak because you're just like eating all the time. Basically, you don't allow yourself to like decompress and like listen to your own thoughts. And it's crazy, man. Like recently, I've been getting into it. I was into it a little bit ago, but I didn't know like why I was doing it. But now I feel like there's a specific reason why I'm doing that. It's to like actually hear my own voice, you know. And I think prayers is super similar to meditation, right? So those are like, I guess for New Year's resolutions, I'm definitely like trying to make that more part of like my routine.
Awesome.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, definitely onto the mental health. Like it is about taking your own time, and you know you can spend all the time with other people, but you got to come back to yourself and remain true to yourself. Like, you know, you got to feel really good. You got to, at the end of the day, you got to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
You got to love yourself, and there really is no other way to do that other than spend time in a room alone or spend time
doing things that you love,
Yeah.
basically. Like, you know,
Exactly.
that's why we work out.
Yeah.
That's why we.
I was just
Exactly.
about to talk
Yeah.
about that too. I feel like
Endorphins.
what working out does too. And I'm a novice, you know. I'm barely starting to like really go. And what I've noticed too is like it presents you more times or more opportunities to challenge yourself when you otherwise wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? So the
Exactly.
times that like maybe you're like laying in bed and you're like, I don't want to do anything. Like if like you get more opportunities to challenge yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so like when you were saying earlier, like you have to feel good. Like I completely agree. But I also would say I think a big part of making progress forward is like honestly sometimes not caring about how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And just doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes like it's hard, and obviously like I'm not perfect at it. It's just like something I'm literally trying to work on because I think I've allowed my emotions, and we've talked about this.
Yeah, wow.
Emotions to control.
That's a huge thing. Yeah, that
your actions.
I definitely remember these conversations that we've had these last few months. That sometimes like I don't like myself for it, but I feel like my emotions take over my actions, and I don't like that about myself sometimes.
Yeah.
That like my emotions control like what I want to do, and then it doesn't go with the plan that I was structuring, and it's tough, you know. I feel like that's very challenging, and I know for people that are getting it, that are into the grind, into pushing it, that's a relatable thing, you know. Like emotions are so strong. That's our natural instinct as humans, you know. And that is such a crazy thing for you to say. I really like that quote that you said right now, that sometimes like you got to go against what you're feeling, and just push,
True, right.
just go for the plan. That's
keep pushing.
You know, like me and Gio right here, we executed this podcast.
There
you know,
you go.
We still keep pushing.
like not only on emotion, but I felt his drive, so I felt that too, and we went for it, and it's happening right now.
Just
So
like Sean,
Yeah.
just like Bobby, we all got a lot to say.
Yeah. That's dope.
And if this helps anybody, and telling you guys my story, and now I'm almost to a year in, I'm dating now.
Hey, there you go.
I'm out there. I went and saw DJ Bobby perform recently in Santa Ana.
There you go.
Which, if I was still in a relationship with the same person, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm coming to my own. Yeah, there's times that I'm lonely, but I don't look at it as like a bad thing anymore. Like I look at it as more like, now I come home, I'm not crying. I'm coming home to a place that it's like, how many people can say that they could afford, you know, what they afford on their own, you know, and I'm actually doing it, and then I just want people to remember Gio. Saucy Capone is that guy was a go-getter. That guy kept pushing.
Yeah.
That guy kept fighting. Yeah, he was homeless. Yeah, he was this.
Saucy Capone.
Exactly. All about the sauce. And the one thing that everyone always tells me, don't ever get lost in your own sauce.
I like that. And like to tie it back too, sometimes we turn on ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And we're actually like the ones hurting ourselves when in reality it's not that serious sometimes, you know? Like I've been caught in some like crazy loops. So yeah, don't get lost in the sauce.
Don't get lost in the sauce,
Don't get lost
guys.
in the
That's
sauce.
true.
You guys heard it here.
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys heard it here on the DJ Bobby Sauce podcast. Hey, you know, you guys stay safe out there. It's truly amazing what we're doing here and what everyone's doing here. You know, I thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you,
Be
guys.
safe out there, like Bobby's saying. Sean, live your life, have fun, tap in. I really appreciate y'all, whoever's watching, and we're battling every day, man. Let's just battle together.